Hand a model a 200-page annual report and ask it to find a single shift in the revenue recognition policy. Navigating that density to extract one buried detail often feels like hitting a dead end. A human expert answers this question in minutes. They do not read all 200 pages. They open the table of contents, identify the section on accounting policies, flip straight to it, and follow the footnotes. They rely on the document's built-in structural map. To process that same document, standard AI pipelines actively destroy the very map that makes the information navigable. They discard the hierarchy to process the raw text. This forces a choice between two competing architectures: standard chunk-based Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG, and a structure-preserving alternative known as agentic traversal, or Chunkless RAG. Human and machine comprehension differ here strictly due to structural data. Preserve the document's architecture before the model ever begins its reasoning, and the machine can navigate the text exactly like the expert. To make a long document mathematically digestible, the standard RAG methodology takes a formatted page and slices it blindly into uniform, static text blocks. Each of these isolated text chunks is converted into a vector and scattered across a mathematical similarity space. This slicing permanently severs context, flattening the hierarchy and stripping the intended organization. Look at these two distant points. One is a data table. The other explains how to read it. Vector chunking pulls them apart, leaving no mathematical link between them. The exact same failure occurs when a corporate policy is defined in Section 1, but the rationale dictating that policy is located 3 sections later. When a query requires cross-referencing these two isolated facts, the language model receives only fragmented text. Stripped of the structural relationships, the model is forced to guess how the fragments connect, directly resulting in hallucinations. Treating an intentionally organized document as a raw pile of text guarantees precision loss on any structurally dependent query. Fixing this requires addressing a fundamental data bottleneck. The most common enterprise format, the PDF, inherently blocks AI structural reasoning. This diagram represents the reality of a raw PDF. It contains no semantic hierarchy. It is merely a flat wireframe grid of visual layout instructions, dictating the exact X and Y coordinates for individual characters and shapes. Before an AI agent can traverse the document, an engineering solution must bridge this gap. This requires a dedicated parsing engine, like Dockling. Dockling aggressively scans those visual layouts to reverse engineer the document. It reconstructs the author's intended programmatic tree. This reconstructed tree explicitly preserves the exact reading order, the nested headers, and the strict row and column structures of internal tables. Chunkless agentic RAG requires paying this computational tax upfront. Converting blind visual layouts back into strict semantic hierarchies is the absolute prerequisite for traversal. With the hierarchy rebuilt, the AI agent begins its work by interfacing directly with the top level of the reconstructed tree outline. It executes an initial optimization, reading short generated summaries of each node. This provides a grasp of the document's overall shape without downloading the entire text into the model's context window. The agent then initiates its reasoning loop. It hypothesizes which specific branch is most likely to contain the answer. It executes a targeted extraction, opening only the full content of that specific node. If insufficient, the navigation continues. The agent follows internal references to open the next relevant branch, holding its place while reading the new section. This multi-step process provides the model with critical contextual awareness. Standard vector chunks have no idea where they came from. The traversing agent, however, inherently retains its absolute path history. It knows exactly which title, section, and subsection it is currently operating inside. By reasoning its way through a structural map rather than matching isolated text strings, the agent extracts answers firmly grounded in the document's original architecture. Maintaining this structural integrity introduces a severe engineering constraint. It is computationally expensive. The operational mechanics dictate the cost. Standard RAG executes a single rapid lookup against a database. Agentic traversal requires a continuous back-and-forth reasoning loop against a complex graph. These iterative calls compound quickly, driving up token usage and increasing latency. For fuzzy, generalized queries across millions of documents, standard similarity search remains superior. Its low latency easily wins out. Chunkless RAG earns its cost specifically on long, structurally dense documents, where precision, layout fidelity, and internal cross-referencing are non-negotiable requirements. This is a specialized, high-cost precision tool. It handles the structurally complex reasoning tasks that completely shatter standard similarity models. Robust production systems at the enterprise level do not choose between these architectures. They stack them. Phase 1 deploys high-speed vector similarity search as a macro filter to isolate one highly relevant document. In Phase 2, a parsing engine reconstructs its semantic tree. Phase 3 deploys the Chunkless RAG agent to traverse the tree, verify context, and extract the final answer. Authors spend hours meticulously organizing information with headings, tables, and references. AI architecture should leverage that labor to improve accuracy, not mathematically discarded for the sake of processing speed. Document intelligence requires engineering a pipeline that empowers the language model to navigate data exactly as it was built. Preserve the map, and the model will find the answer.
Thank you. Share and subscribe to Learn AI for more AI insights.